Don't be alarmed, we're Negroes.
Hey, what's up, guys? Your boy Rodney383, Anime Real Talk TV. Got my boy once again, Ziploc Gory.
What up, people? Back again for another episode of Game of Thrones.
You already know. So let's go straight in. Now, when we first start off, we see John, and Craster is bringing him back, throwing his ass back into the court or wherever the Night's Watch soldiers are being held up, and like he's beat up and shit. So he continued beating John after the initial hit, cause he is fucked up,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
What's going on with that?
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. And pretty much, he's like, I want y'all out of my house, out of my place, gone, period. And Lord Commander Mormont, he pretty much goes outside with John and they have a talk, and he gives John back his sword and whatnot. And he's like, I pretty much knew what was going on with the whole, thing with Craster giving away his kids to the White Walkers or whatever it is. So I thought that was pretty interesting, but I don't know. That was kind of
I don't know.
crazy too.
Yeah, cause it's like, do you think, like, do they see them as supernatural beings or what? Like, I'm not understanding what it is, but in this series there is a lot of thing with gods and stuff like that, so it could be possible worship, which it was like paying tribute or something like that. But in terms of Craster throwing the nice watch out, he's already shown he's not above like, well, get out of here. But if you give me something,
Right.
you can do all, like he took the guy's axe when we first met Craster. So it's like, okay, you give me something more, then I'll let you stay again.
Mm-hmm.
So they'll be back there. Also, you get Wolf Vision again, and you it leads up to Bran, and he's discussing with his council. I forget his name in particular, but
Yeah, me
he's
too.
basically helping Bran, coaching him or being his advisor, on kingly matters. And he's speaking to him about visions that he's having or dreams. And I think Bran thinks it's a bit of, maybe he can tell the future. I don't know. Maybe he think he has some type of gift, supernatural.
Yeah, it's probably he's thinking it's premonitions and not just dreams, because he's like, I dreamed before, but this stuff feels different. It feels really odd, and it's really interesting the way they're doing that with his character. I'm wondering if his character is going to be like a link to like a supernatural, I don't know, type of world or something. That'd be interesting if that happens. But yeah,
And I like how when the wolf was walking through, like behind the ogre dude, I'm gonna stop calling him ogre
yeah.
dude.
Hold on,
Whatever
hold
his
on,
name is,
hold on.
Hogo. Okay. So when he's walking and like they're walking through the courtyard or whatever the case, and as the wolf walks, people are looking at the wolf and getting out the way like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was interesting, funny a little bit. So you got Lady Stark, and she meets up with Renly, and she meets the queen, Marjorie. So Renly seems a little different. Seems a little less soft, I should say.
I don't know. Like, he seems like he's too confident with his position now. Like, he's just like, I got all these men next to me. I mean, who can touch me? But he seems kind of amateurish as well, at least in my opinion.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's pure numbers, and you know what Rob got, you know what you got, and it ain't cutting it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And even Lady Stark has a little conversation with him about his soldiers and compared to Rob's soldiers. Pretty much, she's like, "Well, these are summer soldiers, and winter is coming." I thought that was a beastly ass line for her to say.
Yeah, I guess they're used to fighting in, more open areas, and the Starks are used to the closed areas, like, with winter and all that.
They gutter with they shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It ain't gonna be 75 and sunny out when niggas getting hit. Telling you, straight off jump. We also had the first appearance of Brienne, a tall, boy, that's a tall glass of water right
For
there.
sure.
She like fucking, she gotta be like 6'4", 6'5", or some shit like
Something,
that.
man.
So kind of reminded me of Claymores and shit. But she seems like a tough fighter, and that I never understand. I can understand it for that time, but it's it's like the greatest honor to like give yourself to the king in terms of like your service and whatnot, and that unwavering, I will do anything for you, king. I'm like, fuck. Yeah.
And I'm guessing, like, back then they didn't have, like, they wouldn't let women like join like the army and shit like that. So it's like, I guess that's like a step up for that for her anyway.
And on top of that, she was fighting Loris, and bested him in battle, or a little exhibition, I should say. But the fact like Loris is concerned about being like dishonored or whatever,
Right.
but that nigga gay, so it's like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Then again, he gotta hide that shit from the everybody but Renly and
Yeah,
his sister. So it's like shit.
yeah, that's pretty, you know. Also, you got Theon and Yara have a little conversation. It's confirmed that yeah, she was fucking with him. You know what I'm saying? She
Right.
knew who the fuck he was, but she wanted to find out who he was. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I like, her head games is becoming apparent. You know, and he knows in the back of his mind that was solely his fuck up, solely him. You know what I'm saying? He would like to blame her for that, for I guess misleading him or whatever the fuck. But we already know what the deal is.
And I guess she was right too. I mean, she seems like she really just wants to lead, and they're like kind of rivalry, sibling rivalry thing going on. And pretty much Theon has decided to just join back with his family, the Greyjoy. So I think because he burned the letter and all that Rob had sent him or something like that. So I don't think he's gonna go back to the Starks.
He was pretty much inducted back into the Greyjoy family or the Iron Island tradition or whatever. So now it's official. But I don't know. I think at the end of the day, he 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 may do what's right, you know what I'm saying? But in the Game of Thrones, maybe, what's right, the line is gray, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
On certain sides. Some sides are just, are evil. But, some things must be done, killing, stuff like that. So we'll see where that falls. He also tried to, like, divert or persuade them to not attack Winterfell.
Mm-hmm.
And that was looked at by his father as weakness, but conversation comes out to whereas, like, his father gave him up, you know what I'm saying? And that came out, and he didn't like that, because, that realization come back and somebody throw that in your face. He got a little pissed off, bitch slapped him. The king bitch slapped Theon.
Yeah, pretty
So
much. And it's like he's conflicted now. Theon is really conflicted. So I don't know. Interesting developments with his character.
yeah, and his sister is just um we see where the king holds both of them. The sisters clearly has the superior role in anything regarding anything.
Right.
Like, yeah, you get one ship, you go after fishermen. I give your sister 30 ships and she gets the big shit. You know what I'm saying? And he feels like he should just be able to come in and get the privileges of the most high, second to the king only.
Right.
Which is, kind of naive of him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
just because she's a girl, it's like don't mean shit. It's like he trusts her more than you, and it's like you've been gone for like your whole lifetime. So
Yeah, yeah, she be going ham. And Shay is getting very restless, staying in that room. She is getting restless. You can tell when people they like to always have activity or some type of excitement, and some people are content with the simpler things. She wants to see all that King's Landing has to offer. All of those shops and shit, or whatever else she wants to do. But she wants to get out of that room. And Tyrion discusses, hey, do you not understand like the situation we in or what?
and then yeah, she's like I want to go out and all of this. And this episode was really Tyrion is just playing the Game of Thrones perfectly. He pretty much decides to just do all this stuff to basically trick Varys, Littlefinger, the old man who I forget his name, and basically to marry Cersei's daughter off to other people. But he was like, whatever you do, do not tell the queen. And he was basically just trying to feel everybody out, because Tyrion is smart. He's like, I'm not gonna be like Ned Stark and get my head chopped off. But I thought that was interesting what they did with the episodes and all that. They had the camera here, and then all of a sudden it was another person sitting in a chair. That was really cool.
hmm And he basically was exposing the mole. He was
Right.
exposing the fraud. You know what I'm saying? And with that, I also I'm kind of liking Lord Varys. I'm respecting his game. I'm respecting it because it's sneaky, but at the end of the day, it's like I don't know. I'm kind of respecting his gangster a little bit. I'm respecting it.
Yeah, because really the only people that can fuck with Tyrion is in terms of like intelligence is Varys, Littlefinger, and Cersei. Like nobody else is messing with him in terms of that. So he's just basically weeding his competition out.
hmm Littlefinger was pissed
Oh
though,
yeah,
cause
yeah.
I'm used to using you as pawns. I don't like to be used as pawns. But so he was a little pissed off. But at the end of the day, it was necessary to do.
Mhm.
Also, Sansa is starting to crack. It's really becoming difficult for her to keep up a happy face or like just a cordial demeanor, knowing the situation that she's in, and also being just a certified bitch, knowing that I would say 80% of the problem was caused by Cersei and Jamie. I would say,
Mhm.
man, 199%.
Pretty much, yeah. It's
So knowing that you still persist in dropping comments to make her uncomfortable and then expect her to react how you want her to react. That's some vindictive shit right there, Cersei. You
yeah.
bitch.
And when the whole thing where Shay came in with her, I know at first I was like, why is she, she being a bitch? But it's like she under so much pressure, like you said, she's starting to crack. So when she was like, I want you to comb my hair and I want you to do this, I think that was just her taking her anger out on a person that she could, express her true feelings towards, since she can't do
Mm,
it with Cersei or anybody else in the kingdom, especially not with Joffrey. So I know a lot of people gonna be like, man, she being a bitch again, but you gotta really understand her situation and her frustration.
mhm. Exactly, cause you're going through all this emotional shit, and the least you can do is do your fucking job when you come in here. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? And it's Shay. She's really not trained in the formal the handmaid's duties of like queen or higher royalty, I should say.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
Because simple people want simple things. You know what I'm saying? But this is a whole different level. But it also gives her a way to get out of the room. You know, and Tyrion and Lord Varys set that up, so that was like a mutual thing. So I'm also liking that. You know, you I don't know how to take Lord Varys because he did come out and say that the king was a fool to Ned Stark. So he's not above calling out bullshit on a level. And I think him and Tyrion are kind of working well together so far, even on this little point. That's why I was saying like I kind of, I respect him a little bit,
Yeah, he seems to be a little bit way more respectful than say Littlefinger, who is just like has no morals at all, pretty much. So that's gonna be interesting to see where that goes. Hopefully, he don't turn his back on Tyrion or whatever. But you never know with this show.
Yeah. We move on to Renly and Loras. And Loras is withholding the booty. He's withholding it, you know? He's withholding the booty hole. You know what I'm saying? And Marjorie comes in there and it's so hard for Renly to, no pun intended, to get hard with Marjorie because he's mentally trying so hard to act as if he isn't gay or as if women turn him on, and he's desperately failing at it,
Yeah, because it's like me, I would have been like, yo, we straight now. Like the moment she was like, yeah, she took her robe down or whatever, but like, yeah, but him, he's like, and then the scene before that, he was trying to, get with his love or whatever, and that was like that wasn't working
Loris.
out. So
Yeah, Loris.
Loris, he was trying to get with Loris, and that wasn't working out because Loris is still pissed off the fact that you're gonna let a new member come in and letting people overshadow me and things like that. So it's really conflicting for Renly. And she also tells him to don't lie to me, just you gonna lead that in court.
Yeah. At the end of the day, he needs a son. So, and she know understands her role to be that, okay, the king is gay. Give me a baby. I'm gonna act like, it's between us three. You know what I'm saying? If you want a threesome, we can make it happen. She said it. So yeah, let's go ahead and do
Yeah,
that.
she said it really bluntly, and I thought that was interesting about her character. See, it
Yeah.
doesn't seem like she's like really trickery, but she seems like she wants to keep that position definitely.
Yeah. Yeah, and Cersei, she does find out with Tyrion. She finds out a what was told to somebody about what Tyrion wanted to plan, but in actuality, we know it was just for purposes of exposing the motherfucker.
Right.
But the way Cersei reacts was interesting. She's pissed,
Yeah.
and she basically threatened Tyrion. She threatened him. She said Ned Stark had a piece of paper too. You think a piece of paper is going to protect you? She threatened him.
Right.
Straight off jump. So we're gonna see where that goes. We're gonna see where that goes.
Yeah, that I'm interested to see where that goes as well. But yeah, because her reaction was really, she's like, no, and she just doesn't know what the hell she wants at this point. She's just
hmm
totally under Tyrion's kind of hand, so to speak.
I think she's looking, and the people that she's appointed to be spies or give her information, they're being picked off, and really she can't really do anything about that.
Hmm.
It's very interesting how Tyrion is operating within his realm of authority to do certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So yeah.
If only Ned Stark was that smart, man.
And plus, I think might be getting away with most things because he's a Lannister, and I think it's like a brother sister leeway of that. You know what I'm saying? Because she really is gonna have to answer to Tywin if she actually kills her own sibling. You
Exactly.
know, so I think some things she has to let go just because of that fact. You know what I'm saying?
It,
So we'll see where that goes.
hmm
Also, Arya, cut to Arya, and she's speaking to Yaren, and they having a little heart to heart. She's having trouble sleeping. Dealing with what happened to her father and stuff, and Yaren kind of gives her a little story, I guess, to distract her mind from it.
hmm
It wasn't really a story of endearment or uplifting in any way, but it was something different that took her mind off of it. It distracted her from thinking about that. So, that was as close as you was gonna get from him of being sympathetic to her situation and like that.
Right.
I think that was his way of consoling her in a way.
I think she also took that story. She's like, I would love to get my revenge as well. Just the same way you did. Because the look in
hmm
her eyes, she was like, yeah, I want to get in on that shit too. So,
Shortly after that, soldiers come back and they want the bastards. Yaren had spoken to Gendry and Arya and told them motherfuckers to ball. I mean, you fucking run and don't stop. And so at that point, he was prepared to die for them, and I thought that was very admirable. I liked his he was definitely a good character. It really it hurts kinda.
yeah, man, he went out like a G, man. He went out like a boss. This killer. I mean, and the fact that the soldiers were willing to kill kids because one kid got hit with an arrow, and he's like, "Help me up," and he had Gendry's bull helmet. And Arya's like, "Yeah, that's Gendry right there," and he just like put the needle right through his neck, no problem. A kid, he had to be at least 10 or 13.
Yeah. I like that they showed the guy killing the kid because it added dramatic effect.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It really brought it home. And I like that they're not shying away from showing you that in the series.
Right.
I ain't for killing kids or nothing, but it really shows the brutality and just, you know, of people doing some shit that you didn't have to do at all. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? Arya gives the people that are locked in like a cage, like some tools to get out, and tosses them something. So
Yeah.
I'm curious whether or not they got out or what. I'm told from last week because they were talking to Arya and like, "Come here, you little boy, I'm gonna fuck you raw." Like,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
was in that. So, but the one individual that was talking to her for a longer period of time, through the cage, is actually a main character, or is going to become a main character or something like that.
Huh.
He actually has a name and all of that.
Oh,
So,
yeah, because he was like, this one, that, and this one. Yeah, okay.
so you guys correct us and tell us his name in there because he hasn't really, I don't know his name. Yeah, that's pretty much it right there. I mean, that was the episode. The episode was pretty awesome. Just like last week, they focused on certain characters and certain characters didn't get any shine.
Right.
We didn't see any of Stannis this episode.
No, no Stannis, no Daenerys, and Joffrey's been gone for 2 episodes as well. So wonder what his crazy ass is up to.
They're giving a nice balance of characters, and they're giving you a lot when you see those characters.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm definitely loving it, man. I'm loving
Me
it,
too.
like fucking McDonald's or something. Yeah. So yeah, this is Roddy 383. Holla at your boy.
It's your boy Zubulaguri. We are out.
We'll see you guys next week. Yeah, we will. Yeah.
Peace.